I finally decided, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to uh, take one of my screenplays and I'm going to turn it into a book. Then I'm going to self-publish the book. Then I'm going to make it look like the script was written based on the book so that there's some sort of legitimacy to it. And weirdly, it kind of worked. Like I started getting meetings with people. And I got this one meeting with this guy, and the appointment was in Beverly Hills. It was on the corner of Wilshire and Rodeo Drive, which I don't know if there is a more like expensive piece of land in all of like California. And it's on the top floor. And I go up there and I'm 26 years old and scared out of my mind. And I go in there and my appointment with is with a guy named Wagner. That's it.
Wait, like the
Not like,
musician, like
but no first name. No, I don't know if it's his first name or it's his last name. It's just Wagner. It's
just
just
some asshole
one.
named Wagner.
It's some asshole named Wagner.
I bet
And
you looking back now you realize that was a red flag.
well, I go in and really this guy it's like a hedge fund thing. It's like these guys are sort of stockbrokers and all this stuff, but they're trying to also get into the movie business. So I go into this big meet. They've got, the giant fountain, the 2-story fountain in the lobby, and I get brought into this room, big table, and I'm sitting there, and the first thing he asks, he shakes my hand and everything, and he says, "Can we get you something? Can we get you coffee? Can we get you something?" I'm like, "No, I'm all right." So come on, let us get you something. I said, I could use a water. And he goes, "Okay, all right, fat free, okay?" And I laughed because I thought it was a joke. And they bring me a bottle of water, about that big, fat free on the label. It's the most Hollywood thing that I've ever been a part, is somebody handing me a bottle of fat-free water.
I would love to see what would have happened if you said, can I have the full fat option?
Yeah.
The fuck would
Like
they
a
bring you?
fucking
Milk?
chunk of pork like floating in it. But the first thing he says to me when the meeting really gets underway is he says, "Okay, because I've got this whole portfolio. I've cast the movie. I've like I've got the crew figured out. I've literally got everything mapped out because I figure I got to go in there completely prepared.
Mm-hmm.
I've even like got a soft maybe from Willem Dafoe's agent about like a small cameo. So I go in there and I'm like, I've got the fucking soundtrack figured out. I've got like bands who have agreed to do music." And he says, "Okay, how much do you think this is all going to cost?" And I said, "To do this right, to do it really well, I think we could do this for like $500,000. And he says to me, $500,000. Okay, that's great. But if you agree to $500,000, I'm going to hold you to $500,000. But if you tell me right now you want $1 million, $5 million, I'll get you that." So I'm sitting there and my head is just, I'm trying to be calm, but like I'm losing my mind in my head. I'm just thinking, "Oh my fucking God, I live in like a 1-bedroom apartment right now." I'm so poor right now. And this is it. This is it. I'm about to become rich. And the meeting goes on. He's completely full of shit with everything. He's like, like I'm a big fan. He's got a copy of my book. Big fan of this book. Will you autograph this for me? Come on, autograph this for me. And like it comes out later on that he's read like 10 pages of the book. But through like that was the only like meeting I had, and I left with like, "We're doing this." And then we'd have further discussions on the phone, and the discussions got more and more. The only word I can use to really fully describe it is sinister. because
Sinister.
he's basically saying, okay, all of these people that you've got picked out for your cast and everything, they're nobodies. They're nothing. Like, he would use words like that. And he would say, I want to get, I remember he threw out like Angelina Jolie and Paul Walker for the leads. Two completely wrong people
I mean,
for
barring
this.
that, what years are we talking about? Like, what part of like where?
2005, like early 2006.
Okay, maybe you can get Paul Walker for a decent price. We're talking like Fast
Mhm.
and Furious, but Angelina Jolie is just hot off a Tomb Raider, right?
Yeah. And the thing is, he's throwing all this out, and I'm saying, and I kept saying, because at this point I've workshopped this thing with the actors. I've really, like, these people trust me. They really they like me. They're doing this because they trust me and they like me. And I'm like, these people are really good. Like, these are really good actors. They're nobody. They're nothing. But what he wanted to do was he wanted to keep them around to workshop the movie. He never wanted to have them sign anything. He never wanted them to ever be promised anything, because his plan was, we will replace these people one by one with bigger names. We will never compensate them. We will never give them anything. You know, they if they say they were part of this movie, we will sue them. And I'm like feeling worse and worse and worse about myself, like the more I'm talking to this guy. And finally he says, you know what, the thing I love about your script, it's great about your script, it's about poor people, and we're going to get all these, his words, these poor suckers to give us their money because they're going to think that we identify with them. And I finally said to myself, I can't do this. Like, this is awful. I don't want to be a part of this. I feel bad just having a conversation with this person, and then having like the actors or whoever call me up and be like, oh, we're so excited, man. I've been working on this all. I've got like this scene memorized and I'm working on it. And I got together with this other person. And I took a couple more meetings with other people. One of them was recommended to me by the lead actress. She was like, I've got this producer friend who, he was like, I don't even remember how she knew him, but like, he's read the script and he really likes it. And then he's telling me, oh yeah, we're going to get rid of all these people. We're going to get rid of all these, like, including the woman that recommended him to me. And the final straw was, he says to me, remember at this point, it's like 2006. He says to me, have you read Twilight?
Okay.
And I was like, no, I don't know what that is. Because it's 2000. Like, I think the first book had come out, the movies hadn't or anything. And I was like, I don't know what that is. He was like, well, we're going to make this into Twilight. We're going to set it in high school, and we're going to have this person be this and this person be. And I'm listening, and this just sounds awful. And I'm like, after the meeting, I need to know what Twilight is. So I got online, and I think Wikipedia was just starting. And so there's this Wikipedia page for Twilight, and I read it, and by the end of it, I'm just like, done. I'm out. I give up. I literally moved out of LA afterward. I was like, I don't want to be a part of this at all. And this is just like the stuff that was happening to me. I knew about I heard the stories from the girls who were like, yeah, I went to this audition and this guy said if I, jerk him off, then I'll get the part. Or he said that, if I do this. And it's like, so all of the horrible things that you hear about Hollywood, 100% true. And and worse. And so I was like, I don't want to be part of this. This is just awful. And I didn't make any attempt at another movie until we decided to do the Manic Expression movie. And I never said to you, we're going to sell this to like a studio and we're going to sell the script and we're going to have them make it. I said, we're going to do this ourselves.